No?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Hello. This is insane. What's up, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you guys are in the world. I'm doing another intro at this point. I'm Hasan Piker, also known as HasanAbi's. I feel like a lot of you guys know who I am, so that's good. All right. This is nuts. I did not expect this many people to show up to an event. When I was approached originally, I thought it was gonna be like, I'm just gonna sit down, there's gonna be like maybe like a little college lecture or something like that, maybe 6 to 10 people. I didn't realize there was hundreds of you. That's a little terrifying, especially considering that the last time I had done a college campus endeavor like this, like a speaking gig, it was at the Young Turks in 2016. The Young Turks, for the younger people in the audience, is kind of like what I do, but for now older people that are still online. And at the time, I had no media training. I could not even talk coherently for an extended period of time. I was just a mess, right? And so they, of course, sent me out to warm up the crowd at University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. And, okay, people clapping for Michigan, all right. And basically, I came out to an audience kind of like this, in this massive auditorium, and I just stood there, and I was like, nothing. I just blanked out, because I was going to freestyle and basically warm up the crowd for my uncle's media organization. I am a Nepo baby, but this is USC. This is, I feel like I'm in good territory with Nepo babies. This is, anyway. Sorry. Listen, you gotta take what you can get in today's job market, all right? I'm not gonna fault you for it. So I came outside in front of this audience and I just blanked out, and it's crazy because today I realized that I was supposed to do a 10-minute monologue, and I was like, shit, I have no idea. I did not prepare for this at all. But luckily, that was 2016. I had just started my media career. And, many, many years later, I can't seem to shut the hell up. So I'm just going to yap a little bit until we get to the Q&A, and then we have some questions from you guys. But I'm very excited, so thank you, USC, for having me here. Yeah, apparently, I'm a somewhat controversial figure. I did not know about this until this very moment when I came out, and I found out that there was a massive letter writing campaign with 27,000 letters demanding that USC not let a controversial figure such as myself come and speak. And it's really funny because, in the letter, they were like, he was banned for racial slurs. But they didn't put what racial slur I was banned for, which is pretty funny when you think about it, because you're like, this guy Hasan, he was banned for racial slurs. Like, what is it? Oh, it's because I said cracker. That's right. So I apologize to all my fellow crackers out there. I know, this is hostile territory. Very, very problematic guy. But yeah, I'm here to talk to you guys, hopefully, about masculinity, positive influences of masculinity online. There's a lot of people, obviously, out there, especially guiding a lot of young men, I would say, online, leading them astray. And I try to actively de-radicalize people away from the alt-right. I'm sure there's some members in the community right now and some members in the audience even that may or may not have found themselves when they were younger, more vulnerable, in a place in their lives where they felt like, maybe they just started watching some YouTube videos, and then you watch a Markiplier video, then a Joe Rogan video comes up, and then all of a sudden you're like listening to Jordan Peterson talk about how, the dragons are coming and trans people are the reason why, I don't know, climate change is happening, but it's also fake. I don't know what he talks about. He's insane. But basically, I try to lead people away from that and find a more positive version of themselves. And I think that it's very important. We're all on our own journey of self-improvement. And I certainly am as well. I am not a perfect individual. I have many issues, as I'm sure you guys are aware of. I like room temperature Gatorade. I sometimes fart on planes. I apologize for that, guys. People think that that's one of my more controversial positions, apparently. They didn't mention that in the letter writing campaign, which is weird. But I wanted to come here and speak to you guys, and hopefully we can have a productive conversation. And I am genuinely in awe that so many people showed up. This is crazy. I never thought that this would happen. So thank you so much once again for being here. And I think we can get started. I don't know if that monologue was 10 minutes long. I can keep going if need be, I guess. Maybe we'll start. I don't know. I hear some footsteps back there. I also popped open the curtain. Well, they popped open the curtain and I just almost walked out. It's an amateur hour here, Hopefully, I don't really do these. Oh, there you are. Hi. Okay.
From behind the curtain. I think this is pretty obvious now. If you want to send a question to Hasan,
do you mind
scan the QR code.
Popping this on for me?
Thank you, Marsh. Shouts out to Marsh.
Okay, it's a testament to how much I love my students that I'm willing to be on the Twitch live stream. That is like totally not my vibe, right? So we're going to talk just a little bit, Hasan and I, about what he does, about his very astute political commentary, a little bit about masculinity, but then we'll open things up to the questions y'all have submitted. Inez, my really rock star of a media producer, will come out and share some of y'all's questions. So you still have plenty of time to get those in there if you want to. So we talked a little bit backstage about your transition into Twitch from the Young Turks, but can you talk a little bit about why Twitch felt to you like the media platform that was right for you?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I was at the Young Turks, I had a little journey from doing back office work and being responsible for sales and all of our advertisement sales and operations. But I always had an aspiration for being in front of the camera, even though I sucked at it. Like, I was so freaking bad at being on camera. I couldn't speak at all. So I realized, what can I do? Well, I can write fairly decently. So I started my journey there by being like, I will do this work for free. I will script out my commentary that's not usual for the Young Turks. And I will do a teleprompter show that I call The Breakdown. And that's where I began my journey. But the IP was owned by the Young Turks, and they could do whatever they wanted with it. And I always felt like I wanted my own community. I wanted something that was my own while I was there. So I've always played video games. I played a lot of video games until I was 18 when I came to America, and then I lost my virginity, and then I stopped playing video games for a little bit. And then my virginity grew back. But basically, I already was playing a lot of, and this is really cringe and embarrassing to admit, I was playing a lot of Fortnite. And I was playing a lot of Fortnite with buddies of mine that were at the time Noah Colwyn, who was at the time he was the senior editor of the Jewish Currents, and my other friend, Felix Biederman, he's a podcast host, one of the co-hosts and founders of Chapo Trap House. So we would be playing Fortnite, and I was like, why don't I just strap a camera to my PlayStation and just, film these conversations, like live stream these conversations that I'm having with these guys anyway. So basically that's how I started. And there were a couple different reasons for why I started on Twitch. Number one, I saw the gaming space and the culture surrounding gaming, and I thought that all of the political commentary that surrounds this space was heavily influenced by right-wing or far-right elements. And I know for a fact from myself and from all the other people that I knew in this environment that like gamers were much more diverse than the neck-bearded weirdos that you still see prop up everywhere, right? And I knew that I knew that there was definitely an environment where I could directly tackle the subject matter in a relatively hostile environment, as a matter of fact. The other reason was because I wanted to present an alternative aesthetic almost to what it meant to be a progressive person. Because I think in this era, in like the end of the Obama era especially, there was a lot of liberalism out there, and I think a lot of people were misguided into thinking that being progressive meant like making sure that your media diet was a certain way. And it was a heavy emphasis on like cultural consumption and not necessarily anything material. And basically, I guess the short and sweet of it is I was like, you can be a leftist and be fun, like, and have fun. And I wanted to show that. And last but not least, I guess perhaps the most important thing was that I was really bad off script. So I was like, I need to learn how to speak clearly for extended periods of time without interruption. And I thought this will be good training. I'll be able to, entertain people, and I'll force myself to entertain people over extended periods of time, and I'll get better at basically speaking to a large audience such as this one. And now I can't seem to shut up, so I guess it worked.